suggest to you, and I like this in all Baroque music really, when you have an eighth and 2/16, da da da, that da 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 da, you know that one? Instead of playing it so short on the eighth note, I like it a little bit longer, so more like this, la da da, la da da, la da da, la da da, you know, more like that. I think it kind of sings it through a little bit more. The other way is a little bit abrupt. This is just my opinion, you don't have to agree. But la da da, la da da, la da da, la da da. You see what I mean? So la da da, la da da, just a little bit longer. A lot of musicians I know disagree on that, and there could be like 4 different lengths of long and short that they all like, if you know what I mean. So I think I'm kind of leaning toward the longest of that. Try it once and see if you like it. Let's start at the beginning, and let's just have the violins. You're going to start with it, of course. Now, when you have 8 notes in a row, 1, dun, dee, you know, all that's really short. So keep that short. So let's hear if you like that sound. Letter A is another example. La da da, la da da. It goes down, you know, the row. So you can try that. I think it might be an idea for you. Make sure when you're playing that the bowing is always the same. I wrote down a few examples. Let me see. Do you have measure numbers too?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. You have letters too, I think, maybe? All right, I'll see if I can relate it to a letter. See if I can remember what it was. Oh, yeah. It was in the lower strings, cellos and bass, 87, which is before I about 4 measures, where you're going 1 dun 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 yum bum. You know that part right there. Believe it or not, you weren't all going down up down up, but it should all be down up down up down. All of that should be down, and I especially like it because it's kind of descending. No 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 no. Knock, neat. It has like a new start right in the middle of a measure, and I always like that down bow. So little things like that, kind of watch for it. And see, another spot was 98. I don't know, let me see what 98 is. It's around J. Oh yeah, this was another one. I just noticed it in lower strings. I'm picking on them right now, but I did see it in all of you guys. I'm going to write some other ones down. But where I would see, for example, maybe the first violins would start on a down bow, and then the second violins would have the same thing, and they would start on an up bow, for example. Do you know what I mean? Okay, it wasn't always perfectly the same. And you want to do that. Here, after J, where you're going up, down, it should always be up, down. Someone was going down, up. Okay, so just make sure that you have that all coordinated. The tricky part, you know, you have da 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 da. Everyone has that. Oh, aren't those just killers? Yeah. Come on, admit it. They're really killers. I mean, I've conducted this piece a lot of times. I know my kids struggled with all that, and I thought you did really quite a good job. It's hard to keep going. It's hard to keep going, and sometimes by the time you're going along there, it might be going a little faster than at the beginning. So as you get toward the end of the piece, it gets harder and harder. One of my favorite measures is 125, if you have that, where you go da 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 da. You know, at the end, near the end, I'll have the dotted A, and I'll see a letter right in there. But you know the spot. Yeah, I love that spot. Ya da 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 da. I always emphasize that note really long because you're all there. And you can pull yourself back in tempo if, you know, it's rushing and all. So, yeah, very good playing. Those are just like little minor details that I'm saying. So, congratulations, it's marvelous. Let's give them another round.